Shirley Boy Entertainment presents, in association with the Adam Talks podcast, this is a Heroverse production and an Adam Shirley audio drama based on original characters and locations created by Adam Shirley and Glenn Lewis. The Hooded Man, Rise of the Hoodie.
Spa City. A beautiful place on the outside. There are tourist attractions, scenic trails, and lakes. But underneath it all is a darker side. A violent side. For the past 10 years, these idiots calling themselves the House of Cards gang have been running the streets. They've even worked their way into the city's inner workings. I've been dealing with these morons for almost a year now. And it looks like I'm about to be dealing with another one.
In a dirty alley behind a building in Spa City stands a shaggy-haired man in a tank top and blue jeans, leaning up against a brick wall. Another man, shorter, wearing sunglasses and a black baseball cap, walks up to him and hands the other man a $20 bill in exchange for a sandwich bag with some kind of white pills inside. The man in the hat then walks away, leaving the dealer to count his money. Shortly after this, the dealer decides to leave. As he's walking, he hears a sound of some kind and decides to pull out his gun, a small black pistol. He starts looking around, searching for anyone or anything that may have made the sound, but sees nothing. So he picks up his pace and starts running down the dark alley. He's afraid. As he reaches the end of the alley, he's knocked out by the flying fist of a man that over the past year has come to be known as the Hooded Vigilante of Spa City. The Hooded Vigilante zip ties the dealer's hands behind his back and disassembles his firearm. He then begins questioning the dealer.
So drugs, huh? That seems like a bad life choice.
Screw you, Hood. You've got nothing on me.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just want to know one thing. Who are you working for?
I'm not telling you anything. You Robin Hood wannabe.
Wrong answer. Come on, man. I don't have all day. Just tell me.
I'm gonna kill your stupid...
Come on, man. I didn't have to do that. You made me. Just tell me.
Go to hell.
I really wish you wouldn't have said that. Because now I gotta do this.
The vigilante digs in the dealer's pockets to find his wallet, and in the process, he also finds a lighter. He then pulls both of them out. He opens the wallet and begins going through it, and inside, he finds a very rare monster card and says,
Oh my god, is this what I think it is? You still collect monster cards?
Hey man, put that back. It's a limited edition. Only 3 were made in the US.
Holy crap. The card you got isn't even that good.
Says you, fool. That card is worth a lot of money right there.
Not if it's Ash.
What do you mean by that?
Now, let's try this again. Who are you working for?
Hey man, don't do anything crazy. I put a lot of money on that card. I even took out a mortgage.
You took out a mortgage for a card? Just tell me who you work for.
It was a now or never situation, man.
Jesus.
But I can't tell you. He'll kill me if I do.
Then your limited glitter Horizard is going bye-bye.
All right, man, just stop, please. Blackjack. His name is Blackjack. Now let me go and give it back for Christ's sake. Come on.
Sure. Here. See, was that so hard? And no, I don't think I'm gonna let you go. But you do look tired, so how's about this? I let you take a little nap right here, and you don't show your face again in my streets. Sound good?
The vigilante knocks the dealer out and leaves with the question, who is Blackjack? He arrives at his house and walks inside. He removes his hood and face mask to reveal a young man who looks to be in his early 20s, a young man named Caleb Cross. He has long black hair that is tightly placed in a bun on the top of his head. He sits down on his couch and grabs a voice recorder off of the coffee table in front of him and records his thoughts while planning how to stop this person they call Blackjack.
Blackjack. That punk said Blackjack. He's been on my radar for a while. Thug after thug has given his name up, but I'm still no closer to knowing who he is. In that time that I've been putting up with these jokes that claim to be gangsters, his name has been the constant. His name and Sin. Tomorrow, I'm gonna hit up the streets and see if I can pick up a lead on where the Sin is located and who Blackjack is.
The vigilante walks the streets in normal street clothes. He's hunting down leads on this drug called Sin that's been on the streets for the past 2 years. In the time since his father passed away at the hands of the drug, he's been relentless in his fight against crime, his war on this drug, and the battle with the House of Cards gang. As he walks the streets, he speaks to multiple people to get more information, to no avail. So he returns home, sits on his couch, he picks up his voice recorder, and records a new voice note.
There were no new leads today on Sin. But one guy did say something about a guy named Jack. It could be Blackjack. Even though I didn't find anything, I do know one thing that I could do that will bring results.
He unzips a bag underneath the coffee table that holds the suit that he has worn since his mission first started. He suits up in his black sleeveless hoodie, his microfiber cut-resistant arm sleeves, and fingerless gloves. And then he leaves on a mission to find out where Blackjack is. As he does, he runs into a large man and a fight ensues. The hooded man gives him a quick combo, and then finally knocks him out with a final blow. After this, the thug's phone begins ringing. The hooded man picks up the phone and sees the name The Big Guy on it. He takes a breath and then answers.
Ricky, tell me you moved our products. Tell me you got my money.
Actually, it looks like your boy Ricky's out cold.
Who the hell is this?
Just a guy who cares about his city.
I see. So you're this hood guy I've been hearing about.
Sounds like you're the man I've been looking for, Blackjack.
In the flesh. So what are you trying to do here, Hood? What do you hope to accomplish?
I just want to help my city.
And how do you plan on doing that?
By taking Sin out of my streets.
So you're planning to stop me? You're trying to break my organization down? You'd be facing off with the entire House of Cards gang. How well do you think that'll work out for you?
Well, for one, I've already taken several of your boys out. And I will continue doing that until I get to you. And then I'll find you. And I'll take you and your whole operation down. So Jack, how well do you think your plan will work in stopping me?
Stopping you would be nothing. You're just a tiny piece of trash in my city. And all I'm gonna say is that you better keep your nose out of my business. That is, if you know what's good for you.
The phone hangs up after this, and the hooded vigilante continues working on finding out more about the House of Cards gang and Blackjack. He ignores the warning from Blackjack and continues to still take down goons loyal to the House of Cards. Then, one night, after he takes down another gang member, he's knocked out from behind. When he wakes, he sees a man standing over him in a black button-down shirt and black slacks. The man has a 5 o'clock shadow and black hair nicely styled, with a sinister smirk on his face. There are two other large men who are masked standing beside him in street clothes. This, we come to find, is Blackjack.
So you think that just because you wear a mask and take out some of my guys, you're a hero? And that you can save this town? Not a chance, kid. You see, I run this city. I'm in control, and I am the grim king of the House of Cards gang. I'm the one you don't want to piss off in this town. And my friend, you have done that in spades. Go ahead, boys. This will be my final warning. Stay out of the way, stay out of our business, and you won't be the next body they find in Spring Lake. Let's go, boys.
They walk away, leaving Caleb a broken and beaten wreck on the ground. A little while later, he arrives to his house, and he has this hopeless, angry feeling inside. He begins walking around, pacing, feeling almost helpless. He looks around at the small areas full of notes written, handmade pin boards with clues that he has compiled about Blackjack, sin, and the House of Cards. He then begins talking to himself out loud.
What am I gonna do? He's got all the power in the city and I'm just one guy. Why am I even trying to fight this? It feels pointless.
He turns away from his collective work, feeling frustrated and unsure of why he's even doing this, why he's even fighting this fight anymore. Then, on his wall, he looks at a picture of his father. He takes a breath, closes his eyes, and then says,
I'm sorry, Dad. I failed you this time, but I won't give up. I will keep the promise I made to myself when you died, and I will fight to stop the House of Cards gang.
Somewhere in Spa City, at one of the House of Cards compounds, Blackjack stands, addressing the members of the gang about their next steps moving forward.
I sent the Hood a message, and he's out for now. But our production cannot stop. He's out there licking his wounds. He'll be a fool to cross us again. So I'm increasing the amount of sin you'll be pushing out. So let's show everyone who we are and why the House of Cards gang will be feared and respected.
Over the next couple of weeks, the gang is running at a high level, sending out higher than usual amounts of methamphetamine, heroin, hallucinogens, and sin. And in turn, the number of arrests, robberies, and unfortunately overdoses begin to rise as well. In this time, Caleb is preparing, training harder than he has ever trained. He's jogging for hours each day, and at night, he's doing body resistance exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. He's shadow boxing, working on his form. He's using a heavy bag to work on his power. And after weeks of training, Caleb is finally ready. He looks at his costume, then he picks up his TV remote and turns on the TV. He sees a news report. They're saying the most cases of drug-related crimes and overdoses in the city's history. Seeing this, Caleb thinks for a moment before he picks up his voice recorder and starts a new recording.
I've gathered all the information I've collected about the House of Cards, and still, I don't know where they're meeting or where to find them. But someone has to know, and I'm gonna find out.
He suits up and hits the streets. He finds another dealer. He follows the man, and while he's counting his money, the Hood sneaks up behind him and says,
Hey!
As the dealer turns around, the Hood gives him a swift punch to the face, sending the money floating down, and him. The money falls like snow. The Hood picks him up and shoves him up against a wall and says,
I know how you got that money, and I know who you work for. I'm not in the mood to talk, so you're gonna give me the information I want, and just maybe I won't hand you over to the police.
My money! You're so dead right now!
The Hood punches him in the face, then lets the man go and kicks his right knee, forcing the man down. He then knees the man in the face and lifts him up.
Let's try this again. Where can I find Blackjack?
Please, man! Please, just stop!
Tell me now!
God, my knee! Ah!
The Hood knees the man in the stomach, then punches him in the face with a quick 1-2 straight hook combo, then lifts him up again.
Tell me before it gets worse for you.
The man lets him know there's a meeting happening in one of their locations at a warehouse inside a largely wooded area. He says that Blackjack will be there, but so will the rest of the House of Cards gang in Spa City. The Hood then gives him one more punch, sending the dealer to the ground, and begins walking away when the dealer yells out to him,
You're a dead man. There's no way you're walking out of here alive. Do you hear me? He'll kill you.
The Hood continues walking and says silently to himself,
Let them try.
Hours later, the Hood is walking through the woods to the meeting area, silently taking out a few thugs who are guarding the perimeter. Then he gets spotted and takes on the oncoming gang members, disarming them and taking them out. Noticing this, the thug calls and tells Blackjack that the Hood is there. Blackjack then arrives, and as he does, he sees his men have been taken out, and he finally faces off with the Hood.
Look at you! I thought I taught you a lesson, but here you are. And now I'm just gonna have to end this myself.
You can try.
Try? Do you know who I am? I'm Blackjack. I am the House of Cards. I run this city, and I'll be damned if I let some asshole in a hood like you make a name for himself on my behalf.
The two men face off and begin fighting. They both are throwing heavy blows back and forth, but Blackjack ends the first part of the fight standing tall with the Hood on the ground.
You're pathetic. What do you think you're gonna do to someone as powerful as me? I own you.
He begins stomping the Hood and saying,
I own you. There's nothing you can do. Nothing.
as he's stomping away on the Hood catches Blackjack's foot and sweeps his leg out from under him. He gets on top of Blackjack and lays some punches in before getting rolled off. They both stand and have a short exchange. The Hood knocks Blackjack to the ground. Then Blackjack says,
No matter what you do, no matter where you are, I will not stop until you are taken out. You're a dead man walking. This isn't over. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Who do you think you are?
I'm the Hoodie.
the Hood delivers a final knockout blow to Blackjack. Later on that evening at Caleb's house, he's watching the news. As the reporter goes on about the arrest of the leader of the House of Cards gang, Blackjack, by the masked vigilante, who is now being called the Hoodie. In the following weeks, the House of Cards gang slowly begins to shrink in numbers, as the Hoodie continues working to take these gang members out. But his actions do not go unnoticed, for there are more like him doing the same thing in different places. Caleb's phone rings, with an unknown number on the caller ID. He looks at it for a moment before answering.
Hello, Caleb.
Who is this?
I'm someone like you. Someone who wants to see change in the world. Change for the better.
Dude, I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm just a college student.
No, Caleb. You're more than just that. Like I said, I'm like you. I fight for what I believe in. I fight for someone I lost just like you. Only I don't do it under a hood and face mask.
How do you know all this? And who are you?
Like I said, someone like you. My name is James McCarthy. But criminals know me as something different. I am the detective.
Shirley Boy Entertainment presents, in association with the Adam Talks podcast. This is a Heroverse production and an Adam Shirley audio drama, starring Jessie Teague as the Hooded Man, Caleb Cross, Michael Salvia as Blackjack, the Grim King of the House of Cards, and introducing Adam Shirley as James McCarthy, the detective. Music created using Music Maker Jam. All sound effect credit goes to Pixabay.com. based on original characters and locations created by Adam Shirley and Glenn Lewis. Written, directed, and narrated by Adam Shirley. The Hooded Man, Rise of the Hoodie. We thank you so much for checking this out. It has been a passion project for the longest time, and trust me when I say there is more to come in the future. So keep an eye out on every platform and location from Shirley Boy Entertainment and the Heroverse for more awesome content like this.